You need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, motherfuckers. This is Minx. Suck my balls.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
put on your uniform right,
Expert Action Badge.
show up to work on time,
Expert Action Badge.
qualify on your weapon,
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
find your guide on.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your normal warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action. The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio. Action Badge.
This is Randy Couture, and you're listening to WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Friday. Okay, it's December 29th, 2017. Holy shit. It's almost 2018. I'm way too excited right now. Hi, Pookie.
Hey.
I'm so sorry. No, okay, so, like, it was a good day today, so I'm kind of just like, right now. So bad. So bad.
Okay.
No, okay, so, right, yeah, exactly. Happy Friday, everybody. No, okay, so what had happened was, this is why I'm all, like, excitable and shit, right? So, one, I got done with surgery early. Like, we had 5 cases, and we ended ahead of schedule, so that's always a good thing, right? But then I got out of work early, which meant I got to go to the bar early. And so my doc and I, we had scheduled, we're like, oh yeah, you know, like, let's try to get done early on Friday because, you know, the A&M game is on Friday and it's a noon kickoff, and let's try to be done so that way we can catch the game and we'll just go to the bar. It's all right, sure. So that was like the game plan all day, or I should say at least until like 11:30. When we finished, I think we finished around like 11:15 today. And so, got finished, went to the bar, and then started day drinking and watched the football game. And it started off so good. And the Aggies, like, they started off so strong. And I was just like, oh God, it's going to be like a massacre to Wake Forest, right? Because literally, so the Aggies kicked off and defense showed up, at least like during the first 10 minutes of the first quarter. Sorry, 5. The first 5 minutes, our defense showed up because they completely stopped Wake Forest. Wake Forest went to punt. We blocked the goddamn punt and returned it for a touchdown. And then we scored again, like on our opening drive. And then after that, Wake Forest went for 31 unanswered points. And then we went into, halftime. Anyways, the game ended at 55-52. So we lost by a field goal. And it was such an intense game. I was yelling in the bar, like screaming anytime the Aggies did something either good or bad. No shame at all.
Oh.
It was, oh my God. So then,
Me.
right, yeah. And so now I'm here, and like I'm still kind of like riding that high where I'm like, because it's football and it's fucking, it's my team playing tonight, or today, technically. So, but it was a good time. You should have been there.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
It was. So what'd you do today? I kind of feel like I need to poke you right now. Like, wake up. No, cause no hook 'em horns. You take that dirty shit off, you dirty whore.
Didn't do anything today. I like that. I'm a boring person. Sorry.
Are you boring? I kind of feel like you put off this front that you're not boring though.
No, I'm pretty boring.
Sure. No, you're not. I mean, you had that special lady friend over not that long ago.
You gotta alert the other lady friends. That's not good.
Oh. Are they watching? Hello, lady friends. No, like you came on last night when we were with Ice and you were like, oh yeah, I had a special lady friend over. And like, it was just like, oh, what? Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop like big news or anything, but yeah. All right.
Cookie, I don't think you understand that the females, like, there's, 4 of us on staff? We're rather protective over the guys on staff, right? And so anyone who tries to do anything with any of the guys have to send in an application. So your lady friend need to send in
needs to show an application.
Yeah, you think I'm joking? I'm not. We're insane.
Well, I got about like 6 applications that you dropped in, so.
Okay. Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
6?
Maybe 6, maybe 7. I don't know.
Pookie. You fucking slut.
Hey! It don't work that way. I got balls. It don't work like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You man whore. Is that better?
Whatever.
No, or 7. God damn. Like even Gray Cloud's over there like, bruh, 6? But no, it could be 7. Dear sweet. How do you keep straight which name to scream out? Or wait, are they not good enough to deserve a name scream out?
Oh, well, see,
Questions.
Like, that's a good question. But I'm the strong silent type, so I don't have to scream names.
You're that strong silent type. But no, okay. So if you're not screaming them out, are you moaning them? I have questions.
I don't moan.
Do you not do
You killing me,
anything?
response.
Like, dude, are you not vocal at all?
Urgh.
Oh my god, do it again.
Urgh.
Oh my god. Pookie.
No, I mean whatever. I mean, I don't have to make noises.
No, like Pookie, I don't think you understand. Like noises let us know if we're doing a good job or not. Like if you're just kind of like just laying there and like nothing's coming out of you, or just like, what am I doing up? Like especially if we're riding, like if we're on top Not saying that you and I are together because, you know, you're where you're at. I'm in Texas. You're not near me.
Mm-hmm.
But, shut up, Gray Cloud. No, but seriously, like, you know, if the girl's on top, okay, well, I can only speak from my experience, right? Like, if I'm on top and I'm, like, doing my thing and I'm getting no sort of feedback, especially, like, audible feedback from the guy that, I'm with, or even the chick that I'm with at the
I
time,
got you.
you know, if there's no sort of feedback from what I'm doing, I'm going to be like, I'm going to start questioning, like, one, are you even into this right now? Two, why aren't you reacting? Obviously, there's something wrong with me. And, I've never had any complaints, like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but, like, toot. But, like, am I not doing something correctly? Like, what am I not doing to where he's not reacting at all?
Okay. Well, my reactions are not vocal.
Okay, so now further questions. What are your reactions?
It's more like caveman. I don't know. I mean, shit.
Caveman. Are you caveman or caveman?
I'm not caveman. I don't know what this caveman is you speak of, but caveman, yes.
Oh my god. Fucking Pip, he's like, you killed them, that's why they're quiet. I have not killed anybody during sex that I know of. They all walked away after a while.
Okay. That's a good thing.
Right? I think so too.
After a cigarette, it's good to get up and walk away.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. But no, I don't, I'm so curious now. So you've got a good number of ladies of the night, if you will, who frequent your establishment. You classy whore.
Yes. Except I don't get paid, so I'm not a whore or a hooker.
That's why you're a classy broad, because you don't get paid. Classy broad. Sorry, I'm a classy broad too. Okay, hold on. Let me clarify this really quick. It's not like, I'm fucking 7 guys right now, because I'm not fucking anybody right now. But God, how do I say this without sounding like just a whore?
You just backed yourself into a corner there.
I know, right?
Just
Okay,
get out of it.
no. Okay, so fuck. It's so bad. It sounds so bad. Like, when I think about, like, what I'm trying to say, I'm just like, I'm like a whore, but I don't put out. So, what does that make me?
Oh, you friend zone a lot of dudes.
No, like, not even that. Like, it's, okay, so, like, I do, like, whole, like, long distance relationships, right? Like, I have no problem doing that. I'm kind of involved in one. And so, like, obviously, like, I can't put out because person is not here, right? It doesn't mean that I don't know how to, like, keep said person happy. but like, I'm not like putting out. So I know how to keep people happy even when I don't put out. Like, that makes me, right? Is that, I don't know.
That's perfectly acceptable.
I don't know. Like, I swear. What's that one song from LMFAO? Like, I am not a whore.
No.
It's true, though. No, but then, like, most of the docs that I work with are guys, right? like most of the people that I work with are who's putting out. Okay, no. So, oh my god.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break you.
No, I'm trying to think about it to where like how to phrase it without sounding like a whore, right? So, especially because
Just
like
say it.
no, but like a lot of the docs that I work with are guys, right? And so, what do I try? I try to keep them happy, like at work, but like by not doing the dirty stuff, right? Like I'm good at my job. That's why I keep them happy, like. And it's not and like doing my job, like, but like the surgical aspect, like not anything else. It sounds so dirty.
To me, no, but to maybe other people, yes.
I mean, like, well, maybe it's just me and I'm like fucking super immature in my head and whatnot.
I'm a dirty dude, so.
Well, no, I know how to keep men happy, and I keep men happy at work, but I'm not a prostitute, so it's like my work. I know how to keep them happy and like not.
Damn.
See, it's so bad. There's no right way to say this.
I keep all the women in my life happy. So I mean that's
because you're a
I
man
can say that.
more. Okay. So next question, Pookie. What's your record?
I need to drink 1 second.
Do what? Pookie.
I said I need to drink 1 second.
Are you done?
I'm good now. Yes. We're gonna interview me. Let's do this.
Right. All right. Even I.
Also,
like,
I'm taking applications as well, but I'm just saying that. But
no, it's true. It's true. So Pookie is definitely, ladies, hey, Pookie's taking applications because apparently he can keep up with multiples. So, Pookie.
yes.
What is the, how do I put this out to where, you sound like a whore? Anyways, what's the record number of times you've gotten a girl off?
Shit. That's hard to say. Because y'all be lying sometimes.
It's true. We do. We fake it a lot. Well, not a lot. If you know what you're doing, then there's no faking it, and you know.
I mean, I've had women tell me to get off because they're just like so sick and tired of getting it, I guess.
So what you're saying is, Spooky, is that you have endurance.
Maybe. Each woman's different. I will say that.
Interesting. Pookie.
Yes.
I don't know. Stop it, young man. You sound like a goddamn goat. And then Spanky's gonna get in here and be like, "What, goat?"
I'm gonna say snacks.
Right? No, now she's coming. Ow, she's coming. Casey, boo, you whore.
I don't know. I think it's the beard, maybe. I don't know.
Is it that mountain man beard? But then you've got the long hair, so how does that work? Like, I've never been with... Okay, so me personally, I've never been with someone with A, longer hair than me, and 2, like, a beard longer than my fucking hair. So, someone like you, I've never been with someone like you before, so I don't know even how that even works. Like, does the chick pull the guy's hair? And you ain't gonna be like, yeah, you're my bitch now. And then are you like, wait a second, what's happening? Because I've seen instructional videos about that. And I don't think that you fit that description.
Well, I'm definitely no bitch boy, but I do like my hair getting pulled every now and then.
Good to know, I guess. I don't know. Ladies, Pookie is taking applications.
Yes, I need a full background check, by the way.
You, myself, Mom, Spanky, and Ghosty need full background checks. And we have our sources on how to get them. But yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
Hi, Pookie. I'm learning so much about you.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. No, yeah, and how was your week?
Very uneventful, and that's the way I like it. Let's say uneventful, whatever.
Besides your, ladies of the night?
That's just like a tick during my day, so whatever.
Ladies during the day?
You said night, day, night, whatever.
Oh. Interesting. Ooh. Do you have more than one come visit you within a 24-hour period?
I don't do that. Sorry.
Okay, so alright, so you are in fact a classy broad. That's good. That's good though. That's good.
I don't. Yeah, that's against the rules. I don't do that.
Good. No, that's good. Do you have any plans for this weekend?
Yeah. Actually, I was planning on making like New Year's. I'm cooking this huge dinner up, kind of like the end of Yule time kind of thing. I mean, Yule's supposed to be like 2 months, but nowadays everyone looks at it as like 2 weeks. So this is my big Yule feast.
What are you making?
Turkey, ham, just a normal thing kind of thing. You gotta have ham though. You gotta have the pig.
Right,
that's given, but
no, you got to. What else? Anything else? No big plans for, what is it, Sunday night, right? Yeah, Sunday.
No, I might have one of my lady friends come over, and it's iffy.
Iffy, dude, you've got half a dozen.
Well, I mean, that's what it said. It's iffy. If I feel like it, whatever.
Right? If she's worthy. No pressure, ladies. No pressure.
Yeah, you're all more welcome to come eat some food, but you gotta put an application in.
This is hilarious. No. All right. Well, I'm on call this weekend, so I honestly cannot do jack shit. I can't even technically drink until Monday. So
that's rough.
Right. So my best friend moved in, right? Siren. And one of the first things she asked me when she moved in was like, "What are we doing for New Year's?" And I'm like, "I'm on call, so I'm gonna be sleeping. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be asleep, hopefully." And she got so upset, and I was like, "You'll be fine. It's clean.
You'll be fine."
There's nothing you don't want to go out around here.
Yeah, I know that area.
No, I saw a Snapchat video of these chicks. What's the right phrase for it? Deep throating cucumbers, in a.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
You saw it too. And I saw that. I was like, some classy broads up in here. It's like, good
I was like, my
God.
ex-wife was probably part of that, but whatever.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God. So bad. I was like,
Bad.
I saw it and I was like, what the actual fuck am I watching right now? Because I was a little confused at first. And then when they're like, yeah, Colleen, I'm like, God, that's here? Like, no wonder the STD rate is so high. Good God. Ridiculous. Like, these bitches. And then these are going to be the same heifers who are out here bitching about how, like, no man is faithful and how they can't find a good man. Blah, blah, fucking blah. And it's like, well, maybe, hypothetically.
Put an application in.
No, but, you know, like, hypothetically, if you weren't acting like a whore in public, maybe, possibly, you might find a guy who's not going to treat you like a whore. Right? Maybe. I know it's crazy, but, you know, like that whole Ludacris song, like a lady in the street but a freak in the bed. I say, yeah.
I treat my women like queens, so I mean, all 7 of them, but it's whatever.
Did you get all 7 a Christmas present?
No, actually, one of them came by the house and dropped off some like I'd like to drink the Four Locos.
Yeah.
As everyone knows.
Yeah.
She like here you go, Merry Christmas, and she brought me a brown bag full of like Four Locos. It was awesome. It was nice. She was only there for like 5 minutes. You're like, hey, give me a hug. Rolled out. I was like, thank you. This is the best Christmas present ever.
How's Gato?
Actually, Gato was evicted, and now is living with one of my friends. So.
Wait, no, but what? Why?
Well, first of all, I can't have animals at my place, and it was getting too cold for her to be here. I was letting her sleep inside, you know, but one of my lady friends came by, saw her, and was like, ah, so cute, blah, blah, blah. You know, like the whole thing. And I was like, all right, well, if you want her, you can have her. She's like, ah.
So you gave away possibly your neighbor's cat to one of your lady friends?
Oh, yeah.
Pookie! You can't just give away somebody's cat.
It was my cat, and I gave it away. I mean, so what?
Oh, my God. Pookie! You can't... That might have been your neighbor's cat, Pookie.
Oh, they obviously were missing it because it's like 20 degrees out one night, and it was sitting out in front of my door going, meow, meow, meow. I was like, all right, we can come sleep inside.
Oh, my God.
And, you know, if they're not letting the cat stay inside the house when it's freezing balls out, you know, it's not their cat no more.
That's true. Well, I'm glad Gato. Is she keeping the name Gato?
Yes.
That's amazing. Does Gato respond to Gato?
What are you saying?
Like, does your cat respond to the name cat?
Yeah, if I say Gato, it comes up out of the woods, but it's not in the woods no more.
But Gato is no longer in the woods, so. Oh my God. Pookie.
I mean, you've seen where I live. I live in the woods, so I mean, I'm sorry. I felt bad for the cat. I gave it a nice house.
Like, I see pictures that you send to everybody, but it's not like I've actually been to your house. Again, let's clarify. I'm not one of Pookie's ladies of the day and or night, right? Like, let's clarify this. I see pictures. I see how dark it is because I'm looking at your Skype video. oh, my eyes watering. But, you know, I've never been there. But I do know that you live somewhere in the, like, backwoods Appalachian Mountains.
Yes.
Oh, I think I have dueling banjos. Wait for, oh, there it is. Ready? Oh my God, did you see that video? I told you to watch it,
No.
like, a couple months ago. Oh, why is my eye watering?
I don't.
The one of the marathon down in, like, backwoods Louisiana. And these redneck hillbillies fucking abduct one of the runners. It's hilarious. It's great.
No, I gotta see that. I actually
God.
forgot to watch it.
It's amazing because it's a group of like 6 of them, and there's like one playing a banjo, one's playing an acoustic guitar, and they're doing like right, that song. And then there's like, a couple of them just hanging around by them. And there's this one dude, and he's got like your fucking like big ass bushy beard and like long hair, and he's in nothing but like overalls and boots, right? Like no shirt. And he fucking
So I'm wearing right now, actually.
he runs after a couple of these marathon runners, and he snatches one up. And then like carries them back. It's great. It's a good time. Like, I mean, it looks funny anyways.
Until you get snatched by the redneck, but whatever.
Right? Until you get snatched by the redneck. Friggin'.
I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig.
So did you see that article yesterday about how a couple people who have been on the Dr. Phil show has said that the Dr. Phil show supplied them with alcohol and or drugs in order to get better ratings?
Sounds believable.
Well, according to the Dr. Phil show, they are denying these claims. So representatives of the Dr. Phil show are balking at allegations that the daytime talk show's psychiatrist staff enabled guests with substance addictions to boost ratings. The long-time running television program, which is led by Phil McGraw, came under fire Thursday when STAT and the Boston Globe published an expose featuring claims from multiple guests, including former Survivor China winner Todd Herzog, who struggled with alcohol abuse in the years after winning the show. So Herzog's claims included that he said was the real story behind his headline-making appearance in the program in 2013, in which Dr. Phil said, "I've never talked to a guest who was closer to death." As viewers saw, Herzog had been carried onto set before his sit-down with the host because he was intoxicated. He registered a .263 blood alcohol content on the show and admitted he had drank an entire bottle of vodka before going on to set.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Right? Catch me outside. One, like the .263 or whatever, yeah, you're going to be fucked up. 2, those are rookie numbers. I'm really going to need you to like bump those bitches up. Dude, seriously, I've seen .495. So 0.2 something is like, you're like, oh,
That's
yeah,
job play.
you're hammered. But then you see like .495 and you're like, God damn, how are you still alive?
Not enough blood. Not enough alcohol in the bloodstream?
Dude, right? Almost half of your blood is alcohol at that point. But, keep on drinking. Exactly, John Owl. Alcohol poisoning is so much fun.
No, it sucks. It sucks.
I've never had that, so I wouldn't know.
No, I've had it, and it sucks.
But yeah. So, let's see. But apparently the bottle of vodka that Herzog had drank was provided for him in his dressing room by the Dr. Phil producers, despite the fact that he had detoxed for 2 days in a hotel paid for by the producers and was completely sober when he arrived for scheduled taping. He also alleged that he was given Xanax to, quote, calm his nerves before filming. Apparently, also, another bottle of vodka appeared in his dressing room during Herzog's third appearance. Herzog alleged, though he did not drink it, according to him. So, obviously, Dr. Phil's show and staff deny any and all accusations that they are supplying alcohol and drugs to any of their guests. So,
But they are.
I mean, catch me outside. How about that?
How about that?
God, I hope she fucking gets hit by a car.
I was more worried about like lightning striking her, but I mean,
No,
whatever.
You can survive that. Have you seen that video? There's a video. A guy gets fucking struck by lightning twice and survives, and it's captured on video, and you're like, how the fuck?
Oh, that was the almighty Thor saying you're gonna die.
No, but he survived.
Yeah, well, he survived, but Thor was like, you're gonna die, and then Thor was like, oh, I guess you're not.
Right, let me try again. Oh, all right, well, fuck it. Guess you get to live. Right, Thor and or Zeus, y'all need to fucking step that shit up with that lightning.
You need to start striking a little more people around here. We'll start with that little dude over in North Korea. That'd be awesome.
Oh, right? Angry Asian Cartman. No, so true story. So, apparently, North Korea had a nuclear scientist who defected to China. But then was forced to return to North Korea and has apparently committed suicide. So, nuclear scientist who defected to China committed suicide after being forced to return back, Radio Free Asia reported on Thursday. The defector, who was a researcher at the Physics Center in the State Academy of Sciences in the capital, was identified as Hyung. Oh God! Anyways, his last name is Huh. H-U.
Pyongyang,
Dude, I don't know. I can't fucking. I have a hard enough time. I have a hard enough time reading English. Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm not gonna be able to. So through RFA, clarified it was unclear whether that was his real name or not. The man reportedly took a leave of absence from his job at the academy before defecting. He was sent back to North Korea on November 17th. He killed himself only a few hours after he was placed in solitary confinement at the State Security Department in Shinju City. He died before he could be questioned about the reasons for his escape and what his route had been. The man took poison inside the security cell where he was set to be questioned. It remained unclear how he smuggled the poison inside. The man was detained in China and sent back to North Korea. It appeared he had kept his occupation in a secret when he was detained, though it was unclear why. quote, if the Chinese government had known who he was, they would have wanted to learn what he knew and would never have sent him back.
That's lies.
Friggin'. Right, exactly, Casey. Kung Pao what?
Hung Young Man.
Dude, I don't know. But yeah, fucking... Ugh. Sorry, my eyes super watery tonight. It's really annoying. But no.
Is it missing the mascara?
No, because I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes. Because, like,
Oh.
well, no, like, my eyelashes are already, like, super long. And it's, you know, so, like, if I do them on the bottom lashes, it's just like, oh, there they are.
Oh, so you're all natural with the bottom lashes then?
Yeah.
Oh, natural.
Right? And I haven't been wearing any fucking makeup actually all week until tonight. And then I was like, oh, I gotta look like a girl because I'm gonna be on camera. I'm like, do you like that double chin? It was good. It was a good double chin.
That's the sound that I make.
Pookie. I was in the middle of drinking something, and you
purposely waiting for you to drink to say
I know.
that.
I was gonna say you're fucking watching me over there. I know. You saw me about like taking a drink, and then you said that. I will not. I refuse to have Captain Morgan come out of my goddamn nose. Not gonna happen. I have more control than that. But no, seriously, it's like
That's bad.
all natural. That can be taken in so many ways. John Owl. One, I'm not like I may be, you know, into like witchcraft and pagan and, you know, all that good stuff. I may have some hippie tendencies. Being super hairy is not one of them. So, like, let's just put that out there for the record. I'm not super hairy except for, like, on my head. And even then, my eyebrows, like, I have to get those bitches waxed. And then, fucking, yeah. That's the only place is just here. Where it's super hairy and uncontrollable and just does what
I could show you all the places where I'm hairy at, but it would disturb you all.
I don't want to know. Because if that's what your face looks like, I'm honestly afraid to see anywhere else. Because who knows? Who knows what anything else looks like? So I'm going to leave that to, you know, your lady friends.
The beard is the hairiest part of my body. I'll just let you know that.
You whore. Pookie's a whore. So
I'm sorry.
We've established this. You are, in fact, a man whore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're apologizing.
I'm apologizing for the... okay, never mind.
Yeah, no hairy armpits. See? Ta-da, ta-da. They're shaved. I'm not French. I don't surrender, and I shave my armpits. So
I'm a man, and my armpits aren't that hairy. That hairy. But whatever. It works, whatever.
Quote unquote, that hairy.
Woo.
I use all my body hair for my spells. I don't, though. I use blood, but not hair.
I forgot you like the blood. I don't like the blood.
I do. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Right. right. So what do you got for me?
The sky is up, the ground is down. I don't know what you mean.
News story. Come on now, Pookie. Your job.
Oh, it is my job. I've been neglecting my job. I apologize. This Bitcoin thing.
Pookie.
What?
Ugh. All right. Fine.
He'll make you do all the work.
No, right? Right? How dare I hold you accountable for your job? Right.
Equality.
Right. Ugh. Right, exactly, Casey. This is my sexy noise. It's
Damn, sounds like mine almost.
No, complete with that sweet double chin and like that awkward face where I'm just like Not really.
Woo woo woo.
Not really.
Be careful.
No. Anyways, so there was right, you love the dying cow noise. Pookie! Oh my god. So apparently there was an ISIS attack yesterday in Afghanistan, which not a lot of news agencies are covering for some reason. Like, no one's really talking about it.
Because the Emperor Trump killed ISIS, maybe?
Well, no, like, ISIS, what is it? ISIS has been on the run now ever since, really, Trump has gotten into office. And has really, like, they've lost almost all of their territory since Trump has gotten into office.
Good store.
Right, yeah. Sorry, my eye's fucking bothering me. Like I said, I haven't been wearing makeup, like, in the last 2 weeks. So an ISIS suicide bomber struck a Shiite cultural center in Kabul on Thursday, killing at least 41 and underscoring the extremist group's growing reach in Afghanistan, even as its self-styled caliphate in Iraq and Syria has been dismantled. The attack may have been targeted the pro-Iran Afghan Voice news agency housed in the 2-story building that was bombed. So Sunni extremists of ISIS view Shiites as apostates and have repeatedly attacked Afghan Shiite minority and targets linked to neighboring Iran. The attack wounded more than 80 people, many of whom suffered severe burns. So local Shiite leader Abdul Hassan, Ramazanda, I fucked that up. So the bomber slipped into an academic...
Ramazada.
Yes, thank you. Ramazada. Oh, there we go. Way too many letters. Slipped into an academic seminar at the center and blew himself up among the participants. More bombs allegedly went off outside the center as people fled. The ISIS-linked Amaq news agency said 4 bombs were used in the assault, 1 strapped to the suicide attacker and 3 outside. So the center was funded by Iran and used to propagate Shiite beliefs. So Ali Reza Ahmadi, who is a journalist with Afghan Voice, said he leaped from a window out of his second-floor office after the first bomb went off and saw flames pouring out from the basement. Quote, "I jumped from the roof towards the basement, yelling at people to get water to put out the fire," he said. So at a nearby hospital, Director Mohammed Sabir Nazib said the emergency room was overwhelmed. Additional doctors and nurses were called in to help. At the height of the crisis, more than 50 medics were working to save the wounded. By late afternoon, health ministry spokesman said 41 people were dead and about 84 others were wounded. That's a lot of people. Fuck, dude.
Yep.
Friggin', so, like, I saw that happen yesterday. Like, I saw it pop up on Fox News, and I was like, holy shit, right? Like, you know, thinking that it was gonna explode all over, you know, Facebook and social media, and, like, I'd see fucking, well, you know, and, like, I'd see, like, fucking at least articles or something, but I saw nothing on social media about any of this. Nothing. But, like, as soon as I saw that this had happened, and they were like, oh, breaking news, suicide attack in fucking Afghanistan, ISIS claims responsibility, I messaged my interpreter, who I'm still friends with on Facebook, and who actually lives here in Texas. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, I just saw what happened, you know, in Afghanistan. Is your family okay? Because he still has family, like immediate family, that lives over in Afghanistan, you know, and I couldn't really remember. I knew they were in a big city, and I knew that it was a big city that started with a K. So I'm like, all right, is it Kandahar or Kabul? I'm not really sure. So let's just make sure everyone's okay. And so yeah, so I asked him. I was like, you know, is your family okay? And he said yes. So that's good. So, like, I'm really happy about that, because, you know, I really did. I liked my interpreter. He was awesome. Like, he's this huge fucking, like, he's huge for an Afghan, right? He's fucking, like, 6'4", and just nothing but muscle, and, like, a bodybuilder. He's just like, right? He was awesome to have next to you, especially as a female. Like, for those of you who have been deployed to Afghanistan, like, y'all fucking know, right? Like, especially as women, like, they look at us as though we're second-class citizens, because in their culture we are. And so having him, like, right there next to us, especially, you know, as females trying to help out the natives who would come in because, you know, they were injured, or they got shot by, you know, Taliban, or they picked up something shiny off of the ground, you know, something stupid like that. You know, having this big jacked motherfucker, like, out there, like, it was super, like, reassuring knowing that we've, like, you know, I had this backup with me. So, like, in case anything fucking happened, like, I got someone who's gonna beat your ass if you fucking touch me, or if you say something mean to me. Even though I may not know what you're saying, he's fluent in fucking everything. So, good luck, right? So so he and I are still friends on Facebook, and, like, every so often we, like, meet up, and I'm like, hey, dude, what's up? But yeah, no, he's a good guy, and I'm really glad that his family's okay, because especially with that many, because, you know, like, his family's Shiite, so gotta make sure that, you know, people are okay. That was a long tangent. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pookie, I need you to talk.
I'll talk. Did you see that the U.S. is going to supply weapons to Ukraine?
Wait, what?
Yes.
No. Well, go on.
The U.S. like, I guess, offered weapons to the Ukraine area right next to the Russian border, but the Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said Friday that the U.S. decision to supply defensive weapons to the Ukraine, possibly including Javelin anti-tank missiles should be no alarm to the Russians. So I guess they've got some big hoopla going on over there.
Wait, should be no alarm to the Russians?
Yes. Well, I mean, Ukraine, the whole Ukrainian deal that went down, like, what, a year, maybe 2 years ago?
No, like, I understand that. And actually, like, there still is tension along the Ukrainian border because of all of that. But if we're sending them fucking Javelin missiles.
No, yeah, we're literally legitimately giving them arms to defend themselves, which, I mean, whatever. But I don't know why we're going against Russia, but whatever.
But exactly,
that's my thing.
So it's to help Ukraine defend itself against Russia, who, let's face it, like, what's the right term for it? Our peace with them, I guess would be the right term, is fragile at best. It's like an uneasy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's my biggest argument forever and a day is like the United States and Russia should just like say fuck it and just like unite together and the world would be a better place at that point. But that's just my opinion. Because Putin is fucking awesome.
Why is Putin awesome?
Because he puts his people first. I mean, just like where Trump is awesome. He puts Americans first. Putin puts Russians first. And, every leader should do that.
Does he, though?
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You're gonna question me on this.
I am.
Show me the facts.
I am gonna question you on this. Mostly because I know that Putin is up for his fourth re-election, or no, his fourth election period. So his technically third re-election, and it seems as though anyone who dares to come up against him seems to go missing. And or there's something that happens to where they are no longer in the race.
Sounds like Hillary Clinton.
And so, shit. In case the KGB is listening, I am of sound body and mind, and I'm not planning to kill myself at all. So if I end up missing, or if someone's like, "Oh, Minx committed suicide,"
it's safe to do that.
No, I did not. But all right, y'all, it is time for a break. So we shall be back here shortly. So enjoy. Oh, there we go. We'll be back.
Noon. Gotta get it together, I gotta stay in tune. Same time's against me, but I hate to rush. Gotta keep it between the lines until I hit the dust. I gotta buy some time. The key to freedom lies across the state line. It's a daily ritual, this game I play. In the life of a shadow man with a debt to pay. Hit the gravel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again. ritual, this game I play. In the life of a shadow man with a debt to pay. It's the travel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again, driving on the road to nowhere. Just like this life that I lead, it might not take me anywhere. But I was born to travel along this lonely road to nowhere. It's the travel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again, driving on the road to nowhere. Just like this life that I lead, it might not take me anywhere. But I was born to travel along this lonely road to nowhere.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Fucking answer your phone, AK. God damn it, answer your phone.
I heard somebody talking about anal sex on the radio, so I figured I'd give my story. Give me a call back. Alright, bye.
Hello. I don't know what you're trying to do with all these British accents, but I'd really like it if you could call me back so I could read something for you. Bollocks. I just burnt my hair with my, rolled marijuana. Stupid strawberries and crumpets. I don't like it. Have a good day.
Hey baby, you gave me your number in the fucking bar. This is fucking Lewis. How you doing? Don't know why you ran off in such a rush. Yeah. I know you're digging my vibe, baby. Just give me a call back. You know the number.
Go fuck yourself, Bobby.
Hey, just wanted to talk about your guys' radio show and how awesome it is and the other guys sucked. Anyway, yeah, make America great again.
I don't know how to use this. Roll velvet ears.
Put the monkey down. Oh, God. Never mind. Hey, brother, we need to get your show nationwide on this Sirius radio or satellite or something. Kind of hard to watch it when it comes on this damn little cell phone. Let's see what we can do to get you nationwide. Love to see you. Love to hear you. Continue on.
You guys need more fucking lines if they're all busy.
What the fuck?
Get some more. Let me shit in your mouth.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio. Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Friday Night Freedom. I'm your host, Minx. I'm joined by Pookie. And, Grey Cloud joined us. Hello, Grey Cloud.
What are you doing tonight?
Oh, shit. There you are. What am I doing? I'm doing this. Or who am I doing? Because that would be nobody.
Say what?
Do what?
None of those questions are the ones I asked. But
What did you say?
Who are you?
I already answered who
are
am
we
I
doing
doing?
tonight?
Oh, what alcohol? Captain Morgan. Because I needed a little captain in me. Dude, no shame. All right, so no, but literally, okay.
Yarg.
Yarg. Oh my God. Okay, so that reminds me of something that happened today during surgery. So we what were we doing? We were fucking around, right? Because that's what we do in surgeries. Sometimes we fuck around. You're welcome. But someone started doing the whole like "Bia" thing that one dude did during his like presidential campaign. Bia!
Yeah.
Bia! And I was like, oh my God. Like that, what's his name? Like Howard Dean? Right?
I don't know, like Family Guy did that like a long time ago.
Right. Bia! So that was happening.
Yeah.
That was happening a lot today. So yeah, so during that whole like arg thing, I was like, oh, Bia! So that's where I was going with that. But yeah, no, you know, no, but I was such a bad specialist. Because when I said, you know, like, oh, I need a little captain in me, it reminded me of a time when I was, you know, getting laid, and it happened to be a captain.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking shit happens. I don't know what to tell you. Like, honestly, though, like, us...
I agree.
You know, like, fucking shit happens, right? You know, fucking whatever. All I'm going to say is that those females in the E4 Mafia, you're welcome. We know how to keep our mouths shut about shit and the happenings of shit. Yeah, no, we totally do. Because, honestly, if you think about it, the E4 Mafia females are the perfect mistresses to have. Because we have just enough rank to where we're not going to say shit to anybody about what we're doing or who we're doing. Because we've got just enough rank to where we're not giving the shit details, but not enough rank to where they're like, you should know better.
Okay.
Well, so I'll agree with that because, and you're the E4 Mafia, so you're connected enough to burn people if needed.
Ooh, this is also very, very true.
That's E4 Mafia.
Yes. Right? Exactly. If you cross us, we know how to get rid of you.
Right quick and in a hurry, too.
Right? Like, this major was coming on to me and I don't feel comfortable anymore, motherfucker.
Would you like a new assignment?
Say something.
Why, yes, I would.
Yes, I would.
So
that's the reason why it took me like 20 years to get to the assignment that I wanted to.
So, no shit, that actually happened in my last assignment. Was there was a lieutenant who was being harassed, and she was no shit gone, like reassigned in PCS in 3 weeks.
Yep. No, it's
Oh,
it's completely true though. So at my first duty station, and I wasn't even part of the E4 Mafia at the time. So I was an E3, all right, little PFC minx. I was totally in a relationship with the captain.
So okay, like that don't work for like dudes. So I'm confused.
Wait
so
for it.
I'm
Wait.
trying to process it.
Said captain was in my unit as well, so that happened.
As long as you're professional at work, nobody fucking will know.
No, exactly, and that was just it. You know, like at work, it was work, and then
Quid pro quo.
You know, when it was, well, no, because he wasn't, like, the way we thought about it is that since we worked in different sections, right? So we were in different sections, so therefore he had no, I guess, say on anything when it came to anything about me, whether it was like good things or bad things. Because again, he was in a completely different section. We may have fallen into the same unit, but he had no say over me at all. You know, like I did not answer to him at all in my chain of command. Like he was just the captain that happened to be in my same unit. Like he was in my company and fucking shit happens. You know, so there's that. But then also when we were at work, we didn't act as though like we were friendly towards each other because like, you know, we kind of worked together, but, because so basically what had happened is that, you know, I was in the OR, right? And he was labor and delivery. And so like we kind of had some contact with each other, and which is how we kind of like met. But again, I didn't answer to him. He fell nowhere in my chain of command or really anything. He was just happened to be a nurse that I every so often worked with when it came to certain things. So
like evaluations.
Nope.
Exams.
Nope. No, he did catch me. The only time he actually ever touched me at work when we were, you know, around people was I almost fainted during a procedure once. And I was just like, I don't feel good. And like I let it be known. I was like, I feel dizzy. And then I kind of started to fall. And he caught me. That's like literally the only physical contact that we had. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. Ooh, Medcom. So tricky. It's so tricky if you think about it, because especially in so Medcom, you know, your company gets divided into different areas. So you fall under like DCN, so Department of Nursing, DCA, Department of Administration, or DCCS, which is Department of Clinical Services, right? And so basically, you've got under Department of Nursing, you can have fucking full bird colonels who technically fall under a captain. So then it gets kind of like tricky because, you know, the captain wants to hold like, you know, a formation for the whole company. And these full bird colonels are like, yeah, fuck you. And it's just like, well, what do I do now? But yeah, freaking, he only fell into her rack. Really, Brinko? I mean, like that might have been true, but shut up. But no, yeah, so, and then when I deployed, I was part of the E4 Mafia, but, you know, I'd had training up until that point on how to keep my mouth shut as far as, like, who I was involved with and how not to, you know, make it known with the people that I worked with. But yeah, no, there was a when I deployed, there was a civil affairs captain who he tried, but I was not interested. yeah, he tried. And I was like, good try. That was nice. Thanks for the attention.
Oh, Lordy.
No, it's true. Like, I'm just like any other female where I'm like, I need attention to survive. I'm like Tinkerbell in that I need attention. Otherwise, I die. It's true.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Oh my God. That's awesome. Anyways, back on the farm.
Hello, Gray Cloud. Wait, all right. So we already talked to Pookie as far as like the naughtiest thing he's done. And naughtiest thing is, he's got 7 chicks he's talking to right now. What's the naughtiest thing you've done?
Wow.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just kidding. You don't have to tell me. It's fine. Roll.
Okay, that's good.
It's best not to drop your like dimes when you need to drop them, but I did, so whatever.
Well, disclosure, right? Plausible deniability, perhaps, maybe.
Oh, is. I mean.
So I'll leave it at this. Skips are fun.
Wait, what?
A secure location can be fun. We'll leave it at that.
Skiffs are fun.
Skiff.
Yes.
What the fuck is a skiff? Again, I'm Medcom.
It's a building where things happen. And that's
the elevator is the awesomest part to do your shit, but I'm just saying.
No, like I was talking about it earlier, actually. Like, E4s are fucking, the E4 Mafia, we're fucking resourceful as fuck, right? So when I was deployed, I was watched like a hawk for whatever fucking reason. No, I was. Like my NCOIC of the team I was on, literally, like, I legit could not go anywhere without 2 people from my unit with me, to include the shower and the bathroom. Yes. Yeah, I was placed on restriction without undergoing any sort of UCMJ action. Like, so illegal as fuck, right? But whatever. But yeah, no, even though I still had this like this 2-man guard on me at all times, like I still managed to like sneak away and like sneak out of our little compound area. And it was so bad. I'd get asked like, Minx, are you having like my OIC, like, yeah, I got a UTI while I was downrange, and my OIC, who was also, our general surgeon, she asked me, she's like, all right, now I'm asking you as a doctor, not as your OIC, have you been having sex? And I was like, I'm not fucking stupid. So I wasn't like, oh yeah, I am. I was like, nope.
Boss mode.
No, I'm not. But I definitely was. I wasn't the classy whore that Pookie is, though. I was only, banging one dude. So there's that.
Oh. Why you throw me under fire like that?
Because you're a classy broad, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
She at least called you classy.
I did. You're classy.
So.
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
You know what? Maybe I might be classy.
You might be classy.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Oh. So my deployment was fun. At least, like when I wasn't around people in my team or unit.
Yeah.
No, it really was. So, like, I made a lot of friends in the dust-off unit.
Oh.
A lot of friends with the civil affairs guys, with the MARSOC unit who was at my fob, with the VetCom people, with, you know, some of the Air Force people, because they made me the sexual assault rep, really. So, like, anytime there's, like, I was like, why am I doing this? But yeah, so anytime there was like a sexual assault on base, I was like, well, looks like I'm on, like, fucking, why am I, like, so I had to go there for that, and that was fun. Luckily, no one got assaulted, or at least reported it while I was there. But like I said, that article, Grey Cloud, that you found not that long ago about the chick who gave birth in Shindad, I was like, oh, hey, that was like literally a month before I got there. That was my fob. Shindad, Afghanistan. ROE, what was it, West? There we go. It's true, though. It is shitty. Like, everyone knew where to go. And, like, it was so bad, though, because while I was there, no, like, everyone knew where to go to, like, fuck. Like, let's be honest.
So was there ever a double booking?
Not while I was there.
I was about to ask that same question.
No, not while I was there. I was taught space, like, I was taught where to go. And I was like, oh, okay. So on this night we go here. Okay, whatever. But no, still, like, my OIC had started to make fucking, my OIC had started to turn our, like, Roll 2 area into, like, its own mini compound with fucking T-walls and, the fucking, what's it called? The things that you fill up with gravel.
Escos.
Yes, the tall ones. Like, our OIC started to make our own, like, little compound within the compound within the fob. But there were holes. I may or may not have exploited those holes in the securities areas.
Wow.
I was so bad. Never got caught, so.
Well, there's that, at least.
So there's that.
There's a whole new level. I have not achieved that.
Whoops.
Getting caught.
I never got caught. Exactly. Never got caught, which is kind of funny because, I'm just going to leave it at that.
So not to, change our from our memoirs and our awesomeness and things that have happened in the past. But I have a story that I think the nation will find quite interesting because
go on.
This is a story that just never seems to. I don't know what it is about 2016 and 2017 where shit just will not die and go away.
Go on.
And what's funny about this is where I'm pulling it from. It says the the lead link or whatever is the Clintons. So there you go.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. What?
I was like, Clintons are transgenderism. There you go. Boom.
Bingo.
Wait, the Clintons are transgendered?
No.
Damn it.
No.
I mean, I would believe it, but, No,
this is different. State Department releases Huma Abedin's emails found on Anthony Weiner's laptop.
No.
Yes. All right, here we go. The State Department. Okay, we're gonna cut this real quick. It's amazing how much gets released right before a fucking holiday. Just to keep it from fucking happening. The State Department on Friday released a batch of work-related emails from the account of top Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin that were discovered by the FBI on a laptop belonging to Aberdeen's estranged husband, Anthony Weiner, near the end of the 2016 presidential campaign. At least 4 of the documents released on Friday are marked classified. One November 2010 document that was released shows Aberdeen forwarding an email to an address titled Anthony Campaign. Former FBI Director James Comey said during a congressional hearing earlier this year that he believed Aberdeen regularly forwarded emails to Weiner for him to print out so she could give them to Clinton. Comey famously said in July 2016 that Clinton was extremely careless, quote unquote, in her handling of classified emails on a private server. And the story goes on to talk about, obviously, the connection and the emails and all this other stuff. And it also brings up Anthony Weiner's 21-month prison sentence, convicted of sexting a 15-year-old girl. But what I find interesting about this is that this is basically the last 3 days of fucking 2017.
Yes.
And this shit will not die. This right into 2018. It just will not die and go away. And by this point, it doesn't matter what is found or discovered, or what revelations come to light and when they come to light. The American people have already made and formed their decision and are locked in on that, and you won't change your mind. Clinton could come out tomorrow and say, yes, I did all this. I passed all these emails. I was using classified information on my private server, blah, 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 blah. And the people won't care. Either side, because they are locked in on what they think and what they know from what the news cycle created. It won't change anything. So why even bring it up? It's not even fucking newsworthy anymore.
Isn't it, though?
How? How is it newsworthy? It doesn't change anything anymore.
Well, I mean, it could potentially, because she hasn't been...
No.
Well, no, she has not been cleared of all charges. They may have said, like, oh, there's not enough evidence as of right now to do anything to her. But with all of this shit coming to light, DOJ can, like, they can get more evidence against her and charge her against something.
Again, I see. Like, John Allen in the Facebook Live. Yeah, she can still be prosecuted. Got it. But at this point, who really cares?
I do.
Okay, so there are some people that care. And I'm speaking with two of them. But does it really... It'd be like any other private citizen going to trial or being charged with whatever else. Who the fuck cares at this point? It's not newsworthy to me, and that's what really blows my mind, that it still is in the news cycle.
So what would you rather see?
A feel-good story about something or other as the year is coming to an end.
2017 sucked.
You want to see die? Okay, like first few things. What do you want to see die this 2017? Just
Not
die.
Betty White.
What's that?
I said not Betty White. She is not allowed to go.
She's got 3 days. Okay. She'll be fine.
Right? She's got to make it through the rest of the year.
I want to see this transgender dystopia, whatever the fuck it is. Go. 2018 should not be about that.
You know,
so why don't we run the transgender thing really quick? So we had somebody write into the main page, and they wanted to know what the fixation was with the transgender topic or whatever it was. And one of our awesome admins replied back, obviously it's a big issue and it's, in the forefront and whatnot. And their response back was, oh, like when black soldiers got to serve? And like, really? That's what you're going to come at us with? Like, ooh, no, it's a hot button issue because it's dominating the news cycle at the moment. And so we feel it relevant to bring to the forefront and inform our audience on how it affects them. Because let's face it, transgender soldiers coming in the military or being in the military will affect our readiness in our population. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I just wish it would die. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to die.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to. I think it's only going to get worse than what it only is. Like, than what it already is. There we go. Like,
it's worse.
You know, especially with these fucking, you know, these. I mean, what's the right way to put it? To where, you know, I'm not a total bitch. It's
Just put it out.
I mean, it's the same with all these allegations of, you know, sexual harassment or sexual assault. It's all of a sudden, it seems to me, it seems like this is now the cool thing to do. To come out as trans. And it's a cool thing to do because there's a privilege. There's an actual privilege to come out and say, oh yeah, I'm transgender. Because, again, you're viewed as something special, which means you are now privileged in some sort of way. Because due to EO stuff, which again, let's remember, sexual dysphoria, also known as transsexuality, is not included in EO stuff, right? It's not included. However, people treat it as though it is, even though it's not. And so, especially on the civilian side, companies are, you know, if you come out and say like, oh yeah, I'm trans, well, now if they don't hire you, you can always be like, well, they didn't hire me because I'm trans. And nobody wants that because nobody wants to look, no company wants to be put out there as though they're fucking bigots or, you know, that they've got, or they're transphobic or fucking whatever, right? So there's that. But, and it's just, it's compiled into this whole sexual assault, sexual harassment thing where it's cool to fucking now accuse men who may or may not have, again, we don't know, but it seems like it's a cool thing to do now to come out and be like, oh yeah, this guy sexually harassed me, this guy fucking assaulted me, or this girl assaulted me, or this girl sexually harassed me, fucking whatever. It seems like this is now the cool thing to do because, again, we've been giving so much attention to all these stories that have come out, rightfully so, because, you know, again, like, this is an issue that needs to be addressed and it needs to be taken care of. However, what's the right word? The flood of victims that have come forward out of really the woodworks it's almost suspicious, where it's like, oh, okay, well, why didn't you bring it up before now? You know, so there's that. And
right, and I know Ice has discussed that on his show. We've discussed it on our show, and it's an issue that I know Ice takes an issue with it. We take an issue with it, and I do. But why is there such a delay in that? You know, as we segue from the transgender issue to this, why is there such a delay in people coming forward? Why is there such a delay in people wanting to identify themselves or whatnot? And the instant reaction is, you know, obviously they get notoriety. Obviously they get this status that comes with either being a victim or being this, you know, quote unquote hero for coming forward and being brave to come out. Mm-hmm. I don't see that one is coming out being brave, right? If that's who you are, then fine. You know what? Big deal. But for all these people to say, oh, you know, you got to treat them this way or this way and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Shit, The main page did something like that about the recruiters. USAREC now has to use preferred pronouns when they're dealing with a candidate, or they have to be completely neutral and use applicant.
That's flying bad shit, man.
That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, no, so that's why I think like things are only going to get worse. Is because they're going to come up with more and more different ways that someone can be gendered somehow.
Gendered.
Dude, I don't know. Again, like...
No. We're like the laughing stock of the world right now.
We really
That's what
are.
it is.
You know, I mean, you're not wrong, Pookie.
No, I mean, am I a boy or am I a girl?
We don't know. All right? You can freaking decide that on your own.
I mean, being a boy works out for me really well.
Does it? Does it really, though? What if you're just a bearded lady?
Well, then he should be in the circus because that's a thing.
That is a thing.
Right?
And they get good tips.
Allegedly.
Or they receive good tips. Sorry.
You tried to do the day thing. No. I get good tips being in the bearded circus.
Wait,
boom.
Tip? What?
I don't know. I was just like saying, man.
Just a tip, just to see how it feels.
Just the tip.
It's a fun,
Just a tip.
It's a fun little game just to see how it feels. You know, let me know if it's too much. If it's not, then fucking whatever. You know what's funny? Is that for guys with micro penises, just the tip is literally their entire dick.
God, I would not want to live that life. That's like any life. No, I don't want a micro penis. Never.
Right? Where's that? I mean, let's think about it. Because some chicks have, rather large clits, right? And so if you think about it, you're like, especially if you're a guy and you're like, I have a micro penis. If you're a guy and you're like, my dick's kind of, like a micro penis, and then you really stop and think about it, you're like, there's chicks who have a bigger dick than me, and it's a clitoris.
Wow.
I mean, does that really happen though?
It does, dude. I've seen them.
I feel bad. You've seen micro dicks.
Yes.
Tell me more.
And obviously, she was disappointed.
I didn't know. I was at work. Hold on, hooker. Hold on. I was at work. And not my night job. Shut up. Fucker.
Aren't you?
Fuck off.
Aren't you?
So tell me about this micro dick.
I mean,
I want to hear about it.
I don't know what to tell you except, we were getting ready to do surgery, and I didn't even notice it. It was my doc at the time who noticed it, and he started laughing, and he was like, he's got an innie. Which, if it was just the belly button, nobody is going to draw attention to that because majority of the population has an innie belly button. So when he started laughing and he was like, he's got an innie. And I was like, what? And I zeroed in on this dude's crotch and I was like, yes, he does. Yes, he does. And my nurse at the
You killed Greg Hobbs, brother.
I mean, I don't know. we don't know. Maybe the dude was a grower and not a shower. We don't know because again, I was at work and I did not meet him at like a bar or whatever.
Dude better grow 9 inches.
Do what? What? Pookie, what'd you say? Pookie.
I said, dude better grow 9 inches.
Have I met a girl longer than 9 inches? No. Or have I been with a guy longer than 9 inches? Or have I seen that?
Oh, God damn. Can you hear me right now?
Kind of. I don't know. What are you saying?
I said, the micro dick guy better grow 9 inches.
Right? Yeah, in order to be a grower. Right? At least because, again, he was an innie. So, there's that. But no, you know, like, but at the same time, where I've seen some that were, like, you know, rather large, where I'm like, nope. No. You know, like, I choose life. I don't want to be impaled. Like, this does not look like a good time for me. Like, no. So, you know, I mean, there's pros and cons of both, I guess. Like, at least with this, you know, micro one, you're not scaring any chicks off by, like, fear of death by impalement. But at the same time, like, you're gonna have to, like, you know, wear a strap on for her to feel anything. So there's that. And then, you know, if you're a guy who's on the more, like, endowed side, you only have to worry about literally impaling someone. So there's that. So you're stuck with only really going so deep, and you're not able to, you know, I don't know what's the right term, bottom out, I guess.
No, the term is ring them bells.
Oh, is that it? Because I'm pretty sure, like, you know how most chicks go either, like, you know, harder or faster or even, dare I say it, deeper. If you've got, like, you know, a rather large piece, like, would the chick be like, shallower, like, stop it? Like, I don't know, again, because I don't want to be impaled. It looks painful.
Have you seen this in a surgery?
Like big ones where I'm like, good God, like, keep it away. Yeah, I've seen both extremes where I'm like, it's adorable, or like, oh shit, it's an innie. To like, no, keep it away. No, I choose life. So I've seen both, right? And like all sizes in between. And all different shapes in between. You know, some that are like, you know, curving like one way or another, and some that are straight, you know, fucking whatever. Some that are
curve like a sword.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, in the left or the right, or like, you know, forward or back. And I don't know, I haven't seen any curve to the back. But, you know, like kind of like curve to the front a little, and you're like, that's interesting. And then you put it, like, you know, you drape over it, and you carry on with the procedure and go about your day. And you don't really think about it anymore. I've seen so many naked bodies. Like, it doesn't faze me anymore to see anybody naked, where I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, if they've got a nice body, I'll be like, yeah, no, that you look good. I appreciate this. Thank you. But again, you know, like, nice-bodied people normally don't need surgery, so I don't see a lot of that. It's mostly the ones where you're like, God, no. And you're like, no. You do Pookie's little dying cow grunt.
And he's taking applications, ladies.
He is. He is.
And it has to go through the team, and they will cut you.
We will. We'll let you know if you're good enough. Most women are not. Just gonna put that out there.
She gonna say like 99% of y'all listening can't apply for the boot camp.
Right.
Well, why not? Why is it 99%? I mean, you need to up them. Them are rookie numbers. You need to up them standards.
Oh no! What I'm saying is like I'm going on women's standard right now because they got like 4 women. That's like bam. So the women's standards is higher than the men's standards.
True.
I mean, yeah.
They will do many judgments for you.
Wait, what? What will we do?
What?
Right?
For you. That's basically what they will be doing: judging and researching.
Many things, yes.
Many things.
This is true. Many things. There will be books involved, lots of conversations with friends.
Stalking, perhaps.
We're bad. No, women are bad. Okay, no, women are fucking bad about kissing and telling. Like, you think guys are bad about it and being like, oh yeah, I totally I totally nailed this one chick over here. No, girls are bad. We'll give details about whether or not you're a good lay. Etc.
But question, do you get jealous about the good lay?
Depends. If if he's a good one, then you know for a fact he's like banging other chicks, you're kind of like, God damn it, I know exactly what she's feeling. And I'm kind of annoyed that she's getting what I want. But, if you want to stay in the position, I guess you will, of still getting, nailed by this guy, then you're not going to say anything. Because, again, you got to be smart about it, and you have to be like, all right, do I really want to fuck up what I've got versus not fucking up what I've got? I don't know. Is that a good answer?
Baby.
Right. And Brinko, no, it was not a white dude who had the micro penis. It was not. It was not a white guy.
All I could think of that Family Guy episode. Very small, but extremely efficient.
Right. It may be small, but it goes like a goddamn sewing machine. Breathe, Gray Cloud.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Maybe little, but goddamn it goes.
How about the 12-inchers?
I don't know. I've never been with one of those. Because, again, I choose life. Like, I know how deep, I know how big a fucking vagina can get. And I know how big it can stretch out to. And I know for a fact that some of these guys walking around here, I'm like, no. Like, there's no way. And I've seen these instructional videos on, like how to take the, big dicks. Some people call this porn. Where, this guy literally comes at her with something as big as her arm. And somehow it fucking fits in her. And she looks like she's in fucking pain. And the entire time I'm just like, God damn, it's like Houdini in there. It's like her fucking badge is Mary Poppins' goddamn, like, magic bag.
I'm sorry for being Houdini. Sorry.
You're Houdini?
But no,
Might be Houdini.
no, it's like a dick Houdini where it's like, watch it disappear. And you're like, where'd it go? And then you see like a bulge in her abdomen. And you're like, oh, there it is. And you're like, God, I don't know. Like, as much fun as I guess that would be, like, it looks painful. So, no. Again, I choose life.
Life is important. Just saying.
Right? Well, now that somehow we've come back to the topic of sex.
What? That never happens on this show. Ever.
Never.
Ever. Oh, snap. They didn't sign it, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But they're asking about your Aggies.
Who?
Somebody from the team.
Oh, they lost. My Aggies lost.
My Hawkeyes won.
Suck a dick.
You first.
I mean, I will, but again, I'm not banging anybody right now, so there is that. No, fucking, they lost.
Oh, it was caught. That's what I thought.
They lost. It was a close game. It was a good game. It really was. It was 55-52.
God,
right,
was there any defense in that game? Holy shit.
Right? Oh, it was such a good game. We broke 100. Like, total score is over 100-point game. It was good. It was a good game. It was close. And, like, the entire time, I'm just like, come on! I was yelling in the bar. It was great. But, yeah. So, anyways, it's break time. So, we'll be back here in a little bit. So, yeah. Everybody enjoy it. We shall be right back.
Just walking on shells, this feeling that love conquers everything else, until you reach the point in mind. There was a failure to communicate, so sad to leave, but we were forced to wait. Nobody said we had to relate. At the end it's over, I'm finally sober. I'm finally sober. My only demon, my only regret is that I left you with scars so that you'll never forget. Sick of forgiving my mistakes and my faults. Shattered your glass onto millions when I ripped it apart. There's nothing left. Love is gone. So there was a failure to communicate, so sad to leave, but we were forced to wait. Nobody said we had to relate. At the end it's over, I'm finally sober. I'm finally sober. Nobody said we had to relate. At the end, it's over. I'm finally sober. I'm finally sober. There was a failure to communicate. So said to leave, but we were forced to wait. Nobody said we had to relate. At the end, it's over. I'm finally sober. I'm finally sober.
Voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Okay, Tom.
We're back on. Cookie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pookie.
Yes.
Say hello to everybody over in Mixer.
Hello, Mixer.
Hello, Mixer. Thank you for joining us.
Oh my god. Pookie, you sounded
weird.
so seductive. Oh my
What?
god. I said you sounded so seductive with that. It was amazing.
Oh, hello, Mason.
Wait, no, do it. No, do it the first time again.
Hello, Mason.
You're drunk.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. So bad. Freaking. Oh! So, speaking about bad. Hold on. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to our third and final hour of Friday Night Freedom. I know it's been nothing but a bunch of, like, sex talk and dick jokes and talking about dick. I'm sorry. It's normally not like this. Sorry. It's kind of a slow news day. And Pookie's been drinking, and I've been drinking. So there's that. Anyway, so oh my god. Pookie. All right. So then y'all remember how there was that one North Korean soldier who defected?
Yes.
So apparently he does not remember anything about that. So
how?
I don't know.
How do you remember that? He was shot
multiple times, right? So yes. So the North Korean soldier who was shot during a daring defection escape in November is having trouble remembering the incident, according to South Korean television station MBN. The soldier, whose name is Oh Chang-sung, defected from North Korea November 13th and was shot multiple times as he fled. Oh crossed the DMZ, a heavily guarded 2.5-mile border between North and South Korea. South Korean soldiers found O in a heap under a pile of leaves near the Joint Security Area, a shared part of the DMZ where officials can meet for discussions. O was severely wounded and taken by helicopter to, Aju University Medical Center. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. Ojao? Ojao sounds more Asian. God, that's racist. Like, Oju sounds French, but then, you know, Ojao is more Asian sounding. So we're going to go with that. God, I'm racist. Sorry. So apparently O drove to the border in a Jeep, which he abandoned and then ran across the border. He faced a hail of more than 40 North Korean bullets. MBN's report said that O is recovering well physically, but appeared to be suffering memory loss, possibly from PTSD. South Korean intelligence officials told MBN that O does not remember anything about his defection. O had to have his digestive tract repaired surgically from a bullet wound, and during the surgery, doctors found he had large parasitic worms typically found in developing and impoverished countries. Goodness. O is one of 4 soldiers to have defected North Korea this year.
Yeah. It's interesting that he doesn't remember anything. So my question would be, are they trying to protect him from actually remembering what happened as they pump him out of parasites and information?
Right.
But yeah, it's really interesting to think about that all of a sudden he does not have any recollection as he's recovering of what he did.
So that makes you wonder, because, well, I mean, if you, the article goes on to say that he has antibodies for anthrax in his system, which has led many officials to believe that North Korea is developing or getting ready to use biological warfare, which, you know, that goes against the UN and NATO and a whole shit ton of war crimes. So it's rather interesting.
Right. We had that discussion I maybe Tuesday or Thursday, I don't remember, but it got brought up specifically that so they found the antibodies in the soldier that defected, right, the North Korean soldier. So it was a theory that what if they sent somebody across that didn't have the antibodies that they had infected, that they got to quote unquote defect to the south, but was actually carrying live virus and not antibodies.
Ooh.
Think about that.
Dude, oh no, you're totally right though. Like, what? What is a human being if not a biological weapon?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect carrying mechanism.
Oh yeah, yes we are. Another good one is rats. Looking at you, Black Plague. Looking at you. Which, honestly, like, let's be honest, like, we need another bubonic plague.
There's history of humans being infected with the bubonic plague, catapulted over sieged areas.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm aware. I've read history books where you're like, God damn! Like, people are fucking fucked up.
Can you imagine? We're out of ammunition. Bring me that body.
Right? Bring me the dead. Wait, what?
Just do it.
Right? I need the dead. Oh, it's like that Monty Python film. Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet. Yes, you are.
I'm not dead yet. I feel happy.
Oh my God.
I think I'll go for a walk now.
Message for you, sir.
Oh my God, I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's amazing. I love that movie.
The Knights.
They say meh. Bring us a shrubbery. Da da da.
Not an expensive one.
What? A shrubbery.
Oh, it's amazing how quickly these jokes can go downhill.
Right? Dude, my favorite thing, though, in that movie is when the one soldier calls the guy's mom a whore and his dad a drunk. I love British humor. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Shit. Like, how do you come back from that? You know, like your mom's a hamster and god damn it.
I got better. No, you didn't.
I feel better. Y'all, I'm breaking Gray Cloud right now. If you could only see him.
Oh, God.
He's losing his shit.
Tis a flesh wound. I chopped your arm off.
No, you didn't. What are you going to do? Bleed on me? How about you?
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Right? All four limbs are gone. Like, guess we'll call it a draw. Because I'm the Black Knight and I cannot lose. Y'all, Gray Cloud's broken.
Oh.
This is amazing. You okay?
Totally.
Are you sure? I'm
good.
All right, good.
But no, it's so getting back to the original article. It's a very interesting thought that they're found the soldier that defected was found with the antibodies, and then that's a very real possibility that they just start sending defectors over who are actually infected with anthrax.
Right? You no longer have to send white powder through the mail. You can just send people.
Yep. Just start. Man, wouldn't that be the perfect ploy? He's like, Matt, we're going to open the border. Anybody can come and go as they want. And all these people are infected.
You mean like our border?
Well, man, if we had a border like the North and South Korea, then we probably wouldn't have an issue.
So I don't know if you guys, obviously y'all know what fucking Snapchat is. So Snapchat, I guess, gave me like here's your year in review, like all the snaps you fucking done. One of them that I did was on Cinco de Mayo, where I was drinking a Corona, and then I captioned it with hashtag build the wall.
Wow. And you were reminded of this.
I was. The whole border thing. I was like, oh, speaking of borders. I did a...
You made a whole arm movement.
What?
What? Pookie, do you have a guest over right now?
Pookie, are you alive right now? Pookie?
Okay.
I don't know if Pookie is alive, y'all. I'm kind of concerned. He turned his camera off, so all I see is anime titties. Pookie! Well...
Hello?
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 Pookie!
Hello?
Oh my god.
This is going to be an interesting last hour.
Dude, how
Just
fucked
predicting
up are you?
Hello?
Oh my goodness. So I think this is a perfect time to remind people not to drink and drive. Right? I think it's a good time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Especially with it being like, payday weekend and everybody's going out to get fucked up. I understand. Been there. Don't drink and drive.
Yes. Take a cab. It's much
Oh my
cheaper.
God.
Take an
Or
Uber. Take a Lyft.
Uber. Lyft. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, speaking of, my roommate wants me to go out tonight.
Oof.
I know, right? I start call tomorrow. Which
What time do you start? You go on call?
07.
07. Ooh. Wow, that's cutting it.
Exactly. So, by the time the show's over and I'm like, oh, because, like at the start of the show tonight, I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking full of energy. And I'm like, yay, it's Friday. Yeah, I've already been drinking and, fucking like, let's continue on into the night. And then now as the show's progressed, I'm old. So I'm like, bedtime? Yes. So there's that.
Bedtime would be awesome.
Right? Oh my God.
Oh, so on Facebook Live, Doug has a good point. Yeah, call your chain of command, call your NCO support channel.
Right? Yeah.
Because you can call them at 3 a.m. Yeah, they're going to be pissed off you woke them up at 3 a.m., but by God, they're going to be a lot happier that you called them for a ride rather than them getting a call for them to come fucking bail you out.
At the PMO! I've done it. I've been there. Trust me. They would rather get a call from you saying, hey, help, I'm stranded and I've been drinking, I need help. Instead of the MPs calling and going, hello, First Sergeant, this is, officer, blah, blah, blah. We have your soldier here at the PMO, and they happen to be intoxicated. We pulled them over while they were driving. So if you could please, exactly. My roommate just, hopped into my, the room that I'm broadcasting in, my little office, and she's laughing at me. Yeah, because she was there. She was there when I got pulled over by the cops after I had been drinking, and it was just not good. It was not good. Yeah, she was there. She witnessed everything.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad lot of jujus. There's plenty, guys. Yeah. Look, there's plenty of programs out there to help. Bars have usually bars and clubs and whatnot have programs with local taxi company and or Lyft drivers for them to get reimbursed at a later date. I know when I was in, we had a company fund that you just said, take me to building X, and the staff duty would pay the cabbie with cash, and then basically they took your name down because you had to show your ID to get into the building. Mm-hmm. And they take your name down, and you owed that money by, close of business Monday. Really pretty.
But, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's not worth it. DUIs, DWIs, it's not worth it.
Nope.
From experience. It's not worth it. Yeah.
What you got?
Do what?
What other articles do you have? Anything? Might have one or two here in a.
All right. No, your turn.
What? Oh, it's always my turn. Oh my goodness.
It's always my turn.
Oh, all right. So,
my turn.
Talking about this yet? So, CBS News is reporting nude photos taken of ex-hospital worker during surgery.
Oh! I saw that you put that in there. Go on.
So, you being a medical professional and whatnot, how often does this actually happen?
What, that we operate on coworkers or that we take pictures?
Both.
So operate on coworkers, again, only if they're not healthy or emergency situations, which happen every so often. Where we take pictures now, that's where we get into HIPAA violations, right? your first HIPAA violation is punishable by a fine of $25,000. Not up to $25,000. $25,000 starting. That is your first violation of HIPAA.
Who's responsible for that violation though? The individual or the hospital?
The individual who took the picture.
Oh, snap.
Now, are pictures taken during surgery? Yes. That being said, it's not like... Okay, so majority of the time, if any pictures are taken during surgery, sometimes it is of a particular organ that has been removed to where you're like, God damn, like this is unusual. Case in point, the hospital I worked at in Arizona, we took out about a 2-foot section of large intestine that was huge and it was just ugly and just everything about it was just not healthy and wrong and just weird. So it was like, holy shit, never seen this before. Like, gotta take a picture. Now, we those of us who do surgery and work in the operating room, we are able to take pictures of things. However, where it comes into any sort of violation of HIPAA is if there's anything that can identify that patient in those pictures. So when it comes to, organs that have been removed, if you, like any pictures that I take of organs, and, sometimes I do post them on my personal, Facebook or Instagram or whatnot. And I have people comment, or mostly it's my sister, who's like, oh, HIPAA. And I'm like, if you can fucking identify who this fucking came out of, like, by all means, like, charge me for a HIPAA violation. But I guarantee you cannot, because I don't even fucking remember who the fuck it came out of. And I'm the one who fucking worked on the person. Now, it gets tricky, though, again, when it comes to being able to actually identify your patient, whether that being a birthmark or any sort of tattoo, or, the patient's face, that those all constitute a HIPAA violation. Now, there is a loophole for those of us in the medical field when it comes to our deployments, because HIPAA doesn't really exist in deployments, which is why, again, on my Facebook page, like my real one, not my Minx account, I've got a photo album of surgeries that I did while I was deployed, and in a few of them you can see faces, because this Afghan National Army guy got shot. He fucking got shot in the face, and he lived. I don't fucking know how, but he got shot right here, and went up into like his fucking, kind of fucked up his lip a little bit, and like his face a little. And we pulled the bullet out of the back of his throat. We're like, oh hey, look, there it is. Shit. But those kind of situations don't really fall under HIPAA. Like, there's a bit of a loophole when it comes to that. I'm not sure what it is. All I know is that I was told there's a loophole. Okay. I think mostly because that the country does not recognize that HIPAA exists. So
50-50. I can see.
It was a country where, HIPAA is not really recognized on a citizen of the country where HIPAA is not recognized. So there's that. like all the Greg Glenn, you know, you're my real friend on Facebook. On my real book, fucking, you know, I'm sure you've probably gone through my photo albums. If not, like you're a bad friend because you haven't fucking Facebook stalked me. But you know, I've got a whole photo album that's listed, you know, like operations while downrange or whatever, or operating downrange, and you know, I've got all these different pictures on there, but they're only of Afghan nationals. None of them are on any of our guys.
Everything I've seen, I would not have questioned HIPAA whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I've gone through so much HIPAA training.
I can't even imagine that training. I didn't want to think about it.
And it's every year.
It's an annual training. Hooray!
Yeah. Hooray! And, you know, like, so you, especially like in the Army, HIPAAs do, God damn it! You know, and like, even on the civilian side, you're just like, God, motherfuck! However, you can Google most of the answers. They do offer, like, for those of us who have gone through the initial course, when it comes to our annual, like, recertification, if you will, they offer this, pre-test to where you don't have to go through the course again and you don't have to go through the test again. And the fun part is that it's not timed. And so you can literally Google answer all the questions. And some of them are like, you know, simple, like when was HIPAA invented, or like what law was enacted that caused HIPAA, and you're like, oh, this is this date, or, you know, this was the law. Fuck my life. That's HIPAA.
Here, so my question would be: is it like you know, when Tina tries to get you to put the disk in your computer? Do the answers change, or is it the same test all the time?
Again, I don't pay enough attention. It's once a year, dude. I don't even remember what I did last week, let alone a year ago. I don't fucking know. I do know that one of the questions that's always asked is like, what does HIPAA stand for? I don't know. Something that is an acronym for freaking HIPAA. I don't fucking know. Something about like Patient Privacy Act. I don't know.
Let me Google it and then click the right answer.
Right. I just snorted shit. But no, and then, you know, another one is like, you know, when did this become a law type of thing? You know, like, what's the punishment if you violate HIPAA? Oh, I know that one. You know, but it's constantly drilled into us, those that work in healthcare, you know, like HIPAA. Which is why the fact that these hospital workers willingly, one, took photos of their coworker, and then two, then went and posted them somewhere or shared them, is astounding, because it is literally drilled into you, for those of us who work in the OR, not to do those things. You know, if anything, like anytime I've had surgery, I'll tell, you know, being that I work in the OR, I pick out who I want as my tech and as my nurse. And I'll let them know, like, hey, you know, like, no pictures. Like, I understand you are going to see everything on me, but so please, no pictures. I don't give a shit if you fucking draw on me. You know, if you get bored and you want to play tic-tac-toe, by all means, fucking go for it. You know, it's not like I have enough drawings on my body anyways. But, you know, like, no pictures. You know, please. Like, just mostly because I have very, very, like, identifiable tattoos on my body. And so I would be able to tell, like, if they fucking showed up anywhere, I'd be like, hey, that's me. You know, and anyone who's seen them will be like, oh, yeah, that's Minx. Like, I've seen that before. And like, oh, like, this is not okay. So it's astounding. It really is that these OR hospital workers did this.
So this goes back to another one. I know we talked about it on on Tuesday one night. Is that the individual who recorded the whole surgery? Do you remember that story?
No.
All right. So this is several months back.
Wait. Recorded the whole surgery like on their GoPro?
No. Sorry, on their phone. So they didn't want to, because they're going to be under general or they're going to be under heavy anesthesia for their procedure. Yeah. So they turned on, because you go in with all your stuff, right?
No, you
or
do
under
not.
The bag. It was like outpatient surgery or whatever.
No, you don't. Not in a hospital. Maybe I don't. Again, I don't know. I've only ever worked in hospitals. I've never worked in surgery centers.
Okay.
Surgery centers are different. So hospitals, you do not come to the OR with anything except for the skin, the make you were born with, and then the hospital gown. You don't bring your bags into our ORs. You don't bring shit into our ORs. But okay, so continue, Great Cloud. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Because that's important for everybody to understand. So apparently they had their phone. They had turned on their phone to record video, audio, whatever it was. And they were able to record from the time they rolled into the OR through the surgery and out through recovery. And their stance was they didn't want to miss any, because they're going to be under anesthesia or whatever, and they're going to come out. And you and I both have come out of anesthesia, and you're groggy and you don't hardly remember shit.
Versed a hell of a drug, man.
It's awesome. So they had their phone on record the whole time. And they were making fun of said individual, why they were under the knife going through all this. And they captured it on the phone on this audio recording. And I don't know whatever happened with it. But I'd like to find out. But apparently it became this big deal and it got blown out of proportion that they were making fun of their patient.
Yes, that's actually happened a few times. So basically, we've had to be very, very careful. Oh, hey, Flo. Food. Thank you. Food. Shut up. Come on. Sorry, my roommate gave me food. Or my housemate now, I guess. It smells so good. So basically, what had happened is, you were right. A patient went in for some sort of outpatient procedure. I believe it was a colonoscopy. And had their phone on them. Again, at my hospital and at every hospital I've worked at, if you come in for surgery, all of your personal belongings do not go into the OR, because especially like the OR, because that causes an infection control issue, because we cannot control the bugs that you bring in with you, right? That could be on your street clothes, on any of your fucking personal devices, what have you. Which is why we give you a hospital gown to wear, which is why we tell you strip everything off, even if we're fucking working on your foot. And you're like, why do I have to take off my bra and panties, or just my panties? That is why. It's an infection control issue. Now that being said, surgery centers are different, and I have never worked at one before, so don't quote me on this. But their infection control standards are not as stringent as those of as hospitals. So that's probably where this patient was able to get their phone into the OR and to actually stay in the OR with them, was because it was at a surgery center, because when you come into the OR, you know, we bring you in on your stretcher, and then we have you, we drug you up really well, right, with Versed and fentanyl. So you don't remember shit. We get you to move over to the OR table, and that's where, you know, we do the procedure. Well, the bed that you come in on, we then move back out into the hallway because we don't want it to get bloodied, because sometimes, depending on the procedure, blood can go flying everywhere. And we don't want you to have to, like, go back onto a dirty bed at the end of the procedure. So, which is why, like, even if the patient were to bring, like, their cell phone or something with them into the actual OR onto their, like, on their stretcher or hidden on their stretcher somewhere, it still wouldn't have recorded anything because, again, we move it out of the actual operating room and into the hallway. However, patients have gotten, since that story broke, and I think that was like 2 years ago when that story came out, since that story came out, some patients have actually tried to hide recording devices in their hair. True story.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got hungry. So it's a little, I don't know. That's why I'm thinking it was probably either at a surgery center or colonoscopy or an EGD, which is kind of like a colonoscopy, but it's from the front where we go in and we look at your stomach and the beginnings of your lower intestine and your esophagus.
All right, so I found the story. Patient records doctor's insults during surgery, wins $500,000 in his suit. 2015.
Oh, yeah, so 2 years ago.
Yep, good call on that.
Does it say what the patient was having done?
This was in, this is in Virginia. Let's see here. Quote, quote, I'm going to mark hemorrhoids even though we don't see them and probably won't. The anesthesiologist, Dr. Tiffany Ingham, can be heard saying, I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. Oh, my God. The group joked about the patient having various ailments such as Ebola, tuberculosis, and some syphilis on the arm or something, quote unquote.
Keep going.
Ingham and Shah shared an exchange about patients they called annoying, making comments about their patients, specifically people around Northern Virginia. Quote, here's it's holier than thou, too much internet use and a little too much information, Shah has said. They want to believe what they want to believe. These people are into their medical problems, Ingham said. Round and round we go, wheel of annoying patients we go. Where it'll land, nobody knows. End quote. A judge ordered Ingham and her practice pay $500,000 in damages last week, back in 2015, for the April 2013. Oh wow! So the incident itself was in 2013. So incident was $100,000 for defamation, $200,000 for medical malpractice, and $200,000 in punitive damages. Oh, it was a colonoscopy. Shah, who performed the colonoscopy, was dismissed from the case. ABC News reached out to Ingham for comment, but hasn't heard back. And the incident was in April of 2013. The judgment and article broke in June of 2015. So yes, you called it 2 years ago that the judgment came down, but it was 4 years ago when it actually happened, or 4.5.
And I called it that it was a colonoscopy.
And you did call it as a colonoscopy. That's impressive.
I win. Because that's literally the only thing. Because that I can understand, because you roll in on your same stretcher that you sign in on, all your personal stuff is underneath it, and you stay on that same bed throughout the entire procedure. I want to know why that person was like, I'm going to record this. That's what I want to know.
So, and I don't have the original story pulled up, but originally I thought it was because the patient didn't want to miss anything from what was going to happen in post-op when you get your instructions while you're in recovery.
About them. That's why you go with a family member or a friend, so that way the doctor can talk to someone who's not been drugged about findings and then post-operative procedures. That's why.
I agree that that's important to have an individual who's not been drugged to help you remember shit.
Right? Crazy. No, I'm speaking crazy talk right now. I'm so sorry that I'm eating. I've not eaten in a while.
You are allowed to eat.
It's been like 9 hours since I ate anything.
No judgment. No judgment.
I was judged earlier today. My dog was like, it's been 2 hours since you ate, Minx. Aren't you hungry? Yes. Yes, I am. Motherfucker. So bad. But yeah, no, okay, so this article, though, that you found of the woman who was, like, photoshopped by her coworkers. Like, tell me about that. Because...
All right, hold on. We'll back up because I got distracted with the other article now.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. All right. So, Washington, Pennsylvania. A former worker at a Pennsylvania hospital is suing over claims that nude photos were... Oh, my God. Stupid. Nude photos were taken of her while she was on the operating table. Sheila Horowski filed a lawsuit against Washington Hospital, its chief executive officer, and the doctor who performed her surgery. She alleges invasion of privacy and medical malpractice, among other claims. Quote, I trusted my medical personnel, Horowski told CBS Pittsburgh. That's what hurts so bad. In a statement issued Thursday, the hospital claims the photos were an extension of a practical joke Horowski participated in by putting fake intestines on her body before the surgery. While she admits to playing a joke on her doctor, she says she didn't give permission for the photos to be taken. According to CBS Pittsburgh, Horowski, who worked at the hospital for 15 years, encountered Dr. Dennis Brown and his medical team when she required hernia surgery. Horowski says she didn't realize that a scrub nurse would share the intimate photographs with others. Quote, she showed me 4 to 6 photos of me unconscious in the operating room being prepared for surgery, said Horowski. There was my private parts. There was everything that you see in the operating room, end quote. When Horowski reported the matter, she felt the hospital wanted her to keep quiet. Quote, to take a photograph of someone's genitalia is just egregious, said Horowski's attorney, Ken Harden. So there are attorneys involved. Horowski and Harden alleged that this happened to at least one other patient at the hospital, which says it has since fired the nurse who took the photos and taken the doctor off of surgeries. According to CBS Pittsburgh, the health department confirmed the hospital was cited for violating policy on cell phone use, which can enter germs, as you alluded to, into a sterile environment.
Interesting. Wait, what?
You are on fire with all these points tonight.
Right. It's almost like I've been working in the operating room for 13 years. What?
Wow. Look at that. Now, so while we're on the subject of cell phone use, let's go back to the Navy story.
Oh, yeah, no, I have my phone in the OR all the time. Everyone does.
Really?
Yes. Everyone has their phone on them in the OR.
But are you actually using it in the OR?
No, no, because I'm busy doing my job.
There you go then. That's the big difference.
Like, in between cases, when I have enough time between cases where I'm like, oh, let me check my phone to see if anyone's messaged me. And then I open it, I'm like, forever alone. Just kidding. But, I'll check my messages. If I'm able to respond, I'll respond. If I'm not, then I fucking don't. But it's not like I'm just sitting there on my phone while I'm at work. I did that on Christmas, though, when I was working and there was nothing going on. So, there's that. But yeah, no, the scrub tech, the nurse, the doctor, the anesthesia provider, we all have our fucking phones on us in the OR. Do we whip them out every time we see someone naked? No, because again, we see so many naked bodies day after fucking goddamn day that it doesn't faze us. Like, naked bodies do not faze me at all. I can be like, oh yeah, hey look, titties, or oh, hey look, a dick, or oh, hey look, someone's asshole, or oh, hey look, someone's fucking vagina. Cool. And then I fucking move on because I'm like, I see this shit every day at work. And it's the same with everyone else in there. It's just like, oh, all right, well, fucking whatever. So the person who took pictures of everything definitely needs to lose their job.
Right.
Fucking, that's just, it's absolutely unexcusable. It's unprofessional. Fucking unethical. Fucking just wrong on every level. Whoever took the pictures needs to lose their job.
So Casey Lynn in the Facebook Live says she invited on herself to begin with. To a point.
To a point, yes.
If there's a practical joke that, because apparently she is a hospital employee, and she obviously knows this team, and they're going to do they're going to play a ha-ha. But once those pictures either continue after she is, on anesthesia and unconscious, or they get shared beyond the team or whatever, or they get posted on social media or whatever, then there's the issue.
Well, the issue is before that. The issue is that someone took a picture of this. That's the issue, all right? Like, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to the core issue. The core issue is that somebody took a picture. The fact that she was playing a practical joke or whatever on her doctor holds no merit at all. I've done surgeries on patients who have been, part of my chain of command. And some of these surgeries, there's just, very, very personal. And, the patient has taken a marker and wrote like, hi, with a smiley face around the part where we're supposed to be working on. Or no, the actual message was, hi, I came back for more, smiley face. Like, welcome back. And you're like, this is funny, right? This is cute. Nobody fucking took a picture, though. Right? So that's the difference, is that, you can remain professional enough to where you're like, patient fucking pulled a funny. But you're professional enough to where you're not like, oh my God, I gotta take a picture of this. Because again, you're working around someone who's put their trust into you to not only fix them medically, but to also maintain their dignity and their privacy and their confidentiality. So again, the person who fucking took the pictures needs to be fired and fined and fucking held to the full extent of HIPAA violation. Full extent. I absolutely believe that. So that includes prison time on top of that $25,000 fine. Especially since that person then went and sent those pictures to other people. Or even showed it to other people. That's just completely inexcusable and absolutely unprofessional, immoral, just not excusable. Yeah, that it's fucked up. And this woman has every right to be upset because that patient provider trust has been broken. You know, because those of you not in the medical field, when you do go under surgery, you're trusting us in the medical field, especially those of us in the operating room, to not fuck with you, right? You're trusting us with your dignity, with your fucking exposed body, which everyone knows, like, it's so easy these days to violate somebody in some shape or form. And so you're trusting us not to do that. And, you know, that's why it's such a big deal when it's broken, is because, you know, you're literally trusting us with your entire body and not to fuck with it and not to, like, you know, take pictures of it and be like, oh, look at this, you know, like that, you know, like, it's one thing, you know, when I saw that, you know, like that micro penis, you know, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I saw it. And it's a completely different thing to be like, hold on, let me get my camera and fucking snap a picture of this and then show it to everybody. You know? It's completely different.
Agreed. Totally agree.
You know, like, yeah, no, he's got an innie. Haha, all right. Back in the game. Back to focusing on what we're fucking doing. And, like, that was it. We fucking carried on. Like, we fucking Charlie Miked and continued mission. If someone had taken a picture, though, and then went around, and like I said, you know, went around and showed everybody, not just in the operating room, but then friends, hospital staff, people who didn't have the right to know. That's where the violation comes in. And that is, like, that's why any sort of HIPAA violation is inexcusable. Just because it's that break of trust. I'm sorry, I kind of got on my little soapbox right there for a second, but it's kind of a big deal for me.
It is, and that's your wheelhouse, and that's stuff that you obviously cared passionately about.
Yeah, you know, and you know, like I've fucking been there. I've been on both sides of the OR. You know, whether it's, you know, the one operating on someone or the person being operated on. I've been on both sides, and you know, I've had procedures where it's, you know, like, I don't want everyone to fucking know. And I'm trusting my coworkers that I work with, you know, like, we all fucking get schedules of everyone who's coming into our section, whether they're coming into our room or a different room. We all get fucking schedules on who is getting what. And so, you know, a couple of the procedures that I've had, you know, I'm trusting my coworkers, whether or not I'm in their room or not. I'm trusting them to see my name and to just glaze over it like it's any other name on the list, and not talk about, like, oh, Minx had this done to her, you know? And I'm trusting them because one of the procedures I've had to go up in stirrups. So I'm fully exposed down there. You know, like, just one of the procedures that I've had, I've been fucking fully exposed down there. And, you know, everyone that I worked with knew what I was having done. They, like, you know, they fucking saw me roll through the OR. They're like, oh, hey, Minx, what's up? And I'm like, I'm drugged up as fuck. You know, like, I feel awesome. This is great. And then I don't fucking remember anything. But, you know, I'm trusting everyone to be like, oh, you know, hey, I see Minx's name on the list. I see what she's having done. I'm not going to fucking talk about it. You know, like, I'm going to just be like any other procedure for any other patient. And, I trusted the people who actually operated on me to do the same. Like if they had taken pictures of me at all, I would have done the same exact thing as this person, except, at the time I was active duty, so I probably, just one hand's tied behind my back, but at the same time, HIPAA doesn't fucking give a shit if you're active duty or not, If you violate it, you violate it.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry, again, soapbox.
Nope.
Sorry.
Perfect.
But, oh, hey, look, housekeeping.
It's time.
Oh my God. You want to go through the show lineup?
Sure, why not? I
Okay.
get more practice at it. That's fine.
Good.
Nation, it's that time for some housekeeping. As you know, we have a show 6 nights a week. We'll start with tonight, which is Friday Night Freedom, which is with the lovely Minx and Pookie. And I am to come on with you guys. And tomorrow is Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy and Pookie. And that show gets a little hand sometimes, so tune in for that. It's usually pretty good. Sunday night is the Green Room with Charlie, Jason, and Cause. And they're talking all things that are 420 friendly. Monday is the Monday edition with Ice. And he talks about all things active duty and current situations and issues that are facing the active duty community. And then Tuesday is myself and Minx for Tied Up Tuesdays. That's what it is. Sorry.
Right, yes. I'm so sorry. I just saw an article that Mom fucking threw into one of our chats. Florida man rigged a door in an attempt to electrocute pregnant wife.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Right? I saw that and I was like, oh, what? Sorry, continue.
No, that's fine. We'll keep an eye on that article for Tuesday.
Right? We call dibs, everyone. Call dibs on this article.
Company, team, we've got dibs on this article.
Right, back off.
Right. So where did I leave? So Tuesday with myself and Minx on Tied Up Tuesdays. Wednesdays, there is no show. There's currently our break night for the week. And then it's into Thursdays with Sergeant's Time with Ice, Mike Golf, and Duck Madness. And it's all active duty and current issues facing the active force. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Jose's Taco Truck hosted by KJ from noon to 1400. All our evening shows are from 20 to 2300. And our next guest appears on the 4th. I'll pull this up really quick because I don't have my cut sheet.
All right, so our next guest is January 4th, which is a Thursday, and it is Brett Mango from the Sparta Project. So no two veterans or first responders face the same exact issues, but as peers, the Sparta Project knows how to help. They guide, inspire, and heal veterans and first responders who suffer from PTS. They are dedicated to healing the invisible wounds of war and service. Our next guest after that is going to be on January 13th, which is a Saturday, and it is Lois Fernandez from CONUS Battle Drills. So that's
good.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So yeah, so that's our upcoming guest. It's our show lineup. Friggin' thanks, Grey Cloud.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on it.
Oh, of course. I mean, I fucking wasn't able to make it on Tuesday as I was on call and then just long cases, and I got home super late.
It's
so bad. But all right, you guys, have a great weekend. Happy New Year. Friggin' tune in tomorrow night for Saturday Night Savagery. And yeah, we will see you here at WTF Nation Radio, Facebook Live tomorrow. So everyone have a great night.
Good night, Nation.
Bye.
flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I'm breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter. And